This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com.
Previously on TV Tuners.
Kyorain's in jail? And the jail is named Stairmaster?
No! I will avenge your death!
The Denver Broncos are under attack?
Man, that's some intense computer time. Now time to switch over the phone time.
I failed my mission.
Swanson has purchased the trademark of Fourth Meal.
And now TV Tuners Denver continues.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and, LAPD officer who's looking to catch a terrorist.
Federal agent! Down on the ground! Tell me where Marwan is!
Yeah. That sounds about right.
How much torture do you think will be in this program?
0.
Oh.
They hired Kiefer Sutherland to, stand around and, read dialogue. They didn't hire him to do Jack Bauer shit. And with us, as always, of course, is our other co-host and journalist looking to catch a lead, Kyorain.
Filthy millennial.
Hey guys, I don't play by the rules, and I'm ready to get the scoop.
Yeah, you're such a lovable, likable character.
Yeah, I like going in, checking out corpses.
I love disregarding ethics.
Such and such. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Nothing like disregarding ethics and getting rewarded for it.
I'm definitely not like a psychopath or whatever.
Yeah, definitely not someone who should definitely immediately be given a bad punishment for what they do instead of success. But hey, that's the world we live in, I guess, and that's the type of commentary you get from the Fugitive
Quibi
or TV Tuners.
We could write a better show than this.
Yes,
you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, I know.
Well, could we write it in short 10-minute quick bites better than this show?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel like we could at least, at the very least, write better dialogue than this show.
There would be more trains in my version.
Yeah.
More trains?
Yes. You would fight that cop on top of the train.
Well, that would be cool.
It's in motion.
Is that more trains? I think that's the same number of trains, just different placement on the train.
Oh, I mean more train screen time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
More trains on screen.
More train relevance to the plot.
More train exteriors, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, more train representation is what Stairmaster wants.
Yes.
He wants a sexy train.
Yeah. Now the problem...
What does a sexy train look like, Gio?
It's got, big lips on the front, eyelashes.
Does it have eyes?
Well, that's the windows, dummy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's already got, windows and headlights, so...
But it's got a giant pair of... proportionally sized pair of lips on its front.
I didn't think about it
looking.
until now, but I did hear Stairmaster while we were watching this say, I want a train that I can fuck.
Well, that's what he was saying?
Oh, yeah, me and Swanson watched it together.
Yeah, he was muttering that under his breath. He said, I want to fuck a train.
See, I thought they wanted to suck a train.
Oh, I mean, that might also be true. I don't know.
Suck what?
The train. The entire train.
Oh, I think National Vor Day was like 2 weeks ago, you guys.
Oh, we missed it. Shit. Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, why not consider subscribing?
Like
Who would like this?
Who likes these juicy lips that we proposed?
I think train advocates really like this so far.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're available on all of the podcatchers of your choice. Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. Any place you can find podcasts, we're there, waiting.
And you find it at Denver.
Mm-hmm.
At the city of Denver, yeah, of course you can find us there.
Denver.com.
Yeah.
Or we've been exiled. Yes.
We're on the tourism board at Denver now.
Mm. And there's a mural of us at the airport. I'm being crucified for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, there's a real, like, Jesus complex with some of our fans in regards to Stairmaster.
Mm. And there's this strange mythology about the underworld of Denver. And I think Swanson's the figurehead of that place.
The Denver Underground, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Swanson is wearing a hooded cloak in the mural.
As I do when I bartend at the Denver Underground every week night.
Oh, that's your side gig you've been talking about.
Yeah, I'm a bartender at this little, like, speakeasy place. You know, it's like it's been around since, like, the Prohibition days, but now it's technically legal.
So, do you slide the glass down the counter?
Yeah, I've practiced that technique. I slide the glass down the counter, but I never drink it myself. It's like a Sam Malone from Cheers type of deal that I'm going with.
Wow, you're really cool.
Yeah, I'm a cool guy. That's me, Swanson, cool guy. It's on my card. Anyway, yeah, if you want to subscribe, do that. Maybe give us 5 stars and a review. That would be nice. We certainly would appreciate it. And as always, of course, you can find us on Twitter, where we have tons of great TV content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can find us at TV Tuners, or use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying. And if you want to get like a more personal touch, maybe you want there's something that you want read aloud on the podcast. Maybe consider sending us an email.
Yes.
We're available for emails for any of your quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Keelrain?
Let me check. Let me see. Check. I'm gonna measure this out here.
Oh,
okay.
8 inches.
What do you measure?
Measure twice, cut once.
I thought it was measure once, cut twice.
It seems like measuring should be very important.
Alright, so it's 8 inches by 24 inches.
Ooh.
tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. Yeah, okay. And with all that out of the way, I guess it's time for our Tweet of the Week segment. Isn't that right, Stair?
Oh, yes. An old classic.
That's right.
This week's Tweet of the Week comes from @AmyQB, also known as CyberQB. If anyone is watching #The Fugitive 2020 right now, I genuinely share your frustration. Facepalm. Woman facepalming, tone 3.
Nice. This is good. This is a good tweet.
So I wasn't really frustrated with this show. I was just kind of laughing out loud at it.
Yeah, I was overjoyed.
I feel like there's a few frustrations one might have with this program.
Like?
I
think we'll save it, but
yeah. So this person, I looked through their account, her account, and cybersecurity engineer. I can understand why somebody who's in the cyber machines,
the CSI Cybers,
the cyber battlers
would be irritated with this show and their use of computers and devices.
Yeah, that's true, right? Given that they all seem to have like crystal clear footage from cameras of an explosion.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems like something I might be frustrated with.
Although at these agencies, they just have TV screens all over the walls with random stuff flashing on them. You think that's real? I think that's like a TV thing, guys.
That sounds like a TV thing to me.
I don't think there's that many TVs in the world.
Yeah, probably not. I'm going to give this tweet a tune in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, tune in for sure on this
Tune
one.
in, I guess.
Yeah, it seems nice. It's a fun little tweet here. So congratulations.
And I love the expression of empathy here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the feeling, the sharing the frustrations of others is very noble to do in this time and this age. Yeah. So congratulations, Amy.
You win!
Keep tweeting. All right. With that out of the way, here on the pod, we usually wait till the end to discuss the program in large. But what about the people, the rest of the world, the rest of the folks on the internet? What are they saying about the Fugitive 2020?
The rabble, Swanson?
Yeah, is that what we're going to call this segment?
Yeah, the rabble's opinion on this.
Okay. Before we actually get to the rabble, I forgot to do this up top, but we have achievements this week, guys. If you haven't caught our previous episode, first off, go do that. Second off, what we're doing now, we're doing a little thing here called achievements. This is a little like scoring system, a little gamer lore.
It's like in elementary school when you'd have the little list of names and you get stickers put next to them if you were good.
That's right, and we all got gold stars last week, so let's see if we can keep it up this week with our various achievements.
Gold star lesbian. Wait, no.
No. My gold star this week, my achievement was to watch The Fugitive on Quibi, the app.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kia, what was yours?
My achievement was to watch 2 episodes of the anime program Gundam Wing.
Mine
interesting.
Was to not talk about the 1990 film, The Fugitive.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I can't wait for you to beg me to break it.
We'll see. So yeah, we'll see how those achievements go throughout the episode here. But let's get to this. Let's get to what the rabble is all about.
Ooh. Let's see what the proles have to say.
Yeah. So, 2 of these from, we've got 2 reviews here from IMDb, and then I have 2 blurbs available on the Rotten Tomatoes page for The Fugitive 2020.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, let's start out with the bad review here for IMDb.
All right. User Prosnay wrote on 14th of August 2020, 4 out of 10, stupid cops. I wonder whether presenting cops as dumb and unhinged has anything to do with the current anti-cop climate in the U.S. Also, the barely 8-minute length episodes are kind of difficult to watch and understand. Do they assume that the viewer's attention span cannot last longer than that? 9 out of 9 found this helpful.
Wow, that's a pretty good helpful rating. I would say that, no, this was definitely in production long before the current zeitgeist, as it were. Also, these cops aren't being portrayed as stupid in the eyes of the writers or the team at all.
This is what Hollywood thinks cops should be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is just bad writing, because they're trying to portray these cops as like noble individuals of some sort.
They're like elite cops cracking this case as best they can with the information they have.
Yes.
Also, all versions of The Fugitive involve cops making a stupid mistake. It's literally baked into the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I would say in this one it's a bit more egregious, but anyway, what about yours, Keo?
All right, so this one's a 10 out of 10, and it's titled "Just Like the Old School Chapter Stories." By Daniel Sheldon 89974.
That's when he was born.
Yes, oh, just like the old school chapter stories I used to read as a lad. Oh.
That's his year of birth from BC.
Reminds me of the old cliffhanger serials. Quibi shows are a breath of fresh air. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
0 out of 2 found this helpful.
Ooh, brutal.
Fuck you, old man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't I don't know. I think typically the cliffhanger serials were like longer than 8 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
These cliffhangers are as lazy as the ones those had, though.
That is true. Yeah, because all of those old cliffhanger serials would have like the Rocket Man is like flying up into the sky. He's going too close to the sun, and then the next one he would just like swerve out of the way of the sun.
Yeah, sometimes this doesn't even have cliffhangers. It's just like they're like, "Oh, we have to stop here."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would call Quibi a breath of fresh air, but I would say it's Quibi.
It is. Sorry. It is different.
Yeah, that's what I guess. That's a way of putting it.
We have never seen anything like this before.
I mispronounced what I said earlier. I meant to say it's Quibi.
It's Quibi.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you really like it, more power to you. It's just I don't. Mm-hmm. We'll get to it. So yeah, I did something a little different here because as you might guess, for something that isn't super popular like Quibi, the IMDb reviews were a little lacking.
Scarce.
Yeah, so I looked up what some professional critics have to say about the Fugitive. I have one of the
elite rabble.
That's right, the elite rabble. I have one of only 2 out of these 9 Rotten Tomatoes reviews that is positive from Tim Appello of AARP Movies for Grown-Ups.
Oh my god. Fucking...
Which I didn't know was a title of something that AARP was putting out, but you know what? Sure.
Movies for adults. Movies for adults.
So wait. So is this the pipeline from AARP to IMDb that we're witnessing here?
Apparently. Yeah. It is a pretty good 1 to 2 sort of ratio here. Also, I didn't realize that there were AARP members who weren't looking for movies for grown-ups. Is there someone subscribed to the AARP who's looking for children's films?
Oh, they got grandkids.
Yeah, for the grandkids.
I guess. It's funny to have something that is definitely for retired people have a movies for grown-ups page.
If you need a movie for your grandkids, I'd recommend Dragon Ball Super Broly or Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack.
All right. And that is good for the children?
Multiple people are blown up by suicide bombers in the first 20 minutes.
Oh. All right. The dialogue, here's what he has to say. The dialogue is gruff and dumb, and the plot obvious. But it's fun to sample a new kind of snackable entertainment meant to be consumed on your mobile phone. So this doesn't really sound like a good review for the show so much as he likes the idea of Quibi.
Chill.
Yeah, that's a tune out for me.
And this one comes from Entertainment Weekly critic Darren Franick, who writes, "It looks like it costs a lot. Sometimes you spend money wisely, and sometimes you blow it out of somewhere."
Okay.
That's pretty good.
What does that mean, blow it out of somewhere?
You know, your ass.
That sounds like it's not good at all. That sounds like you did a bad job.
It's a negative review.
It's a negative review. I should have mentioned that up top. That one's a negative.
Oh, okay.
The rating, agree, then. The rating included in the Entertainment Weekly article is an F.
Ooh!
Wow.
Which seems, I think that's a little harsh. I don't think I would give it a full F.
No, I was entertained by this thoroughly.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it an F. I'll say that much. Let's not spoil anything about the end here. But that's what the rabble's all saying about this show. So tune in until the end here.
Yes,
well, near the end.
For the true elites.
That's right.
Us.
For what the Toons think. That's what we're calling ourselves, right? The Toons.
No.
No?
Yes. Okay, if you want.
Are we working on that MMORPG Toontown that we're doing? Where it's all TVs?
We ran into some copywriting difficulties.
Oh. But it's spelled different. It should be fine.
Nope. They did not like that.
Dang. I thought it was going to be like a fun idea. You can hang out with like TV characters. Like you could see like Norm drinking a beer.
Oh, I thought they were going to hang out with us.
Well, we're going to be there too. We're going to be like in our own castle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the paladin trainer.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be like the wizard, the witch lady.
It'll be a great time. That's right. Yeah, Esther will be the big tittied wizard lady.
Yes.
Finally, Stairmaster's embracing that.
Yeah. Well, Stairmaster's in touch with his sexuality.
I'm just doing it for marketing. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Good excuse, my man.
All right. Well, let's move on to what you guys watched this week. Anything fun, interesting?
No.
Oh, well, okay.
I watched Miami Blues from 1989, starring Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
It's about this guy who just moves to Miami with a driver's license of a guy he murdered, and tries to start a new life by beating up people who rob other people and then taking their stuff. And
so he's like a Robin Hood figure, only I guess
he does
worse.
it, yes, that is a line of dialogue in the film. And then he just finds this 19-year-old prostitute and decides to make her his wife.
Oh my god.
Yo, that sounds shitty.
No, it's fine because he always eats what she cooks, and he never hit her.
How old is this movie?
This is from 1989. No, this guy's supposed to be a bad guy.
Oh, okay. I guess that's
like
something.
in the opening 7 minutes, he breaks Akira Kishna's finger and gives him a fatal heart attack, which is also like the best exchange of dialogue in film, where he's like, "Sir, can I get your name?" And Alec Baldwin's like, "Trouble," and breaks his finger.
This sounds like a bad man.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing exploration of like the American dream. It's like, it's like a falling down type film.
Does this end with Travis Bickle showing up and shooting this man dead?
Maybe.
That would be good.
I can't confirm there are machetes in this film.
Oh, okay.
Well,
what about
machete.
you, Keo? Anything interesting?
I watched Gundam Wing.
Whoa. Who could have guessed?
So Gundam Wing, as far as I can tell, seems to be
Yes.
seems to take place in the future where
Yes.
they got robots. Well, not really robots, but like manned mech suits.
Ooh, mobile suits, you
And-
might say.
Yeah, mobile suits. And so they got these suits, and also there's like an alliance, and the alliance is bad.
They're like, yes, they're tyrants. They're
so-
they're oppressing the colonies.
No one likes
so
an
the-
alliance, Keo, right?
Yeah, they've got colonies, and the colonized, for some reason, don't seem to like that. So I think they're rebelling.
Yes, they send 5 mobile suits.
Yeah, 5
Listen,
guys.
with high expectations, human beings leave Earth to begin a new life in space colonies. However, the United Earthsphere Alliance gains great military power and soon seizes control of one colony after another in the name of justice and peace. The year is after Colony 195, Operation Meteor. In a move to counter the Alliance's tyranny, rebel citizens of certain colonies scheme to bring new arsenals to Earth,
Do you have this memorized, or are you
disguising them
reading
as
it?
shooting stars. However, the Alliance headquarters catches on to this operation.
This is really doing it for somebody.
Like an entire
Yes.
generation grew up on that opening monologue of
So
weeps.
they have 5 guys
Yes.
who, I think they're going to open a burger chain, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah, but first they
and-
have to get real estate, so they start leveling military bases.
Which is how Five Guys was started.
So the crux here is that they all seem to have what are called Gundams, which
Yes.
are made of some kind of like unobtainium type metal.
Gundanium in
Yeah.
the show.
Is that what it's actually called?
In the Gundam Wing, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
And like they're super strong robots, and they're these cool guys. And then one of the guys gets like he gets kind of wrecked.
She
I
gets
guess.
owned, yes.
Yeah, and he falls in the ocean and washes up on the beach. And this lady or girl, whatever, just so happens to see him wash up on the beach. And she's like, "Hey, you're here, you're alive. Let's get you some help." And he's like, "No, you saw my face. I don't like that. I'm out of here.
He steals an ambulance that came to rescue
Yeah.
him.
I'm out of here." And then turns out they go to the same school. And
Yeah.
wow, Look at this drama. It's crazy stuff, man. Interesting. Tune in.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. That's also cool in the Gundams, like, fight.
Yeah, there's robots as well, but I'm more into the school drama part.
Did you get the scene where she gives him the letter?
Yeah, and he's like...
Yes!
He rips it, and then...
Dun!
He looks at her, whispers in her ear, basically, "I'll kill you." And then the music suddenly just like...
Yes!
I will say that is a memory I have of Gundam Wing. Is
Yeah,
that one scene.
Yeah, the character motivations are just like dream logic. But it's a very solid show. Like, the writing is on point. Every episode's a banger.
I feel like I'll kill you thing is like relevant, is like stuck in my head the same way as I take a potato chip and eat it will always be stuck in my head.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, wow, this guy's hardcore with the space between hard and core.
I can't wait till you get to learn about the Chinese guy.
Okay.
Is this the misogynist who you love
Yes.
to quote?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and also,
I can him.
I watched another anime program that I've been watching on the weekly. I'm still watching Fire Force.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually like getting better than it was, which it was already good.
Oh, good.
Like, for some reason, though, they're now explaining the world lore in Season 2.
Yeah, you gotta expand the lore.
Yeah, it was kind of stuff I would have wanted to learn in Season 1, but it's fine. It's like, wow, there's some lore going on here.
So it's sort of like Gundam, in that they don't do enough world building.
Yeah, and so, yeah, they go to China, which is now a peninsula.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
damn. Crazy stuff.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
Crazy stuff,
peace.
man.
And there's like, yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. It's crazy stuff. That's a tune in as well still.
Yeah, alright. Well, I've been busy, so I haven't watched anything. I'll freely admit.
You've been on island time.
That's right, I've been on a vacation, a socially distanced vacation.
Mm-hmm. Vacations, where we gotta be.
That's right. And it was a good time. But I didn't watch anything, really.
Did you go tan?
Sort of.
Oh. Want to show us?
Yeah, here you go.
Ah!
Yeah, how much,
I can't believe you only have it on your dick.
Yeah, that was the only part of me that saw sun.
did you put, how much sunscreen did you put on there?
0.
Oh. Wow, you're really lucky then.
Yeah, what can I say?
So explain the logistics of that, though, Swanson.
I was wearing an entire wetsuit
Oh.
with the crotch cut out.
I assumed you were just like trapped in a building and there was a small hole.
And I stuck my dick through it? Don't be ridiculous, Stairmaster. No, I wore a wetsuit with the crotch cut out like a normal person would.
And it covered your face completely as well.
That's right.
I feel like there's a different name for this, but nothing comes to mind.
Well,
Gimp
it was a
suit.
wetsuit, but then I also had like a little like beekeeper's hat that I put on.
That's fun.
Like, I was picturing like a wet gimp suit at the beach here.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I just hung out in the sun.
I would be very...
Emphasis on hung.
I would be very startled if I was at the beach and saw someone in a gimp suit waddling towards me.
Well, I wasn't waddling towards anybody. I was just hanging out.
A gimp suit with also flippers.
That's right,
and
yeah.
And a snorkel.
Well, yeah, because I had to get into the water every now and again and cool off.
Yeah, if I saw that, that music from Gundam Wing, the I Kill You song would start playing in my head as I experience a fear response.
All right, well, with that out of the way, let's get into it, huh? Let's get to the news. You fellas love
Okay.
SpongeBob?
Spool.
Yeah, and I'm ready, Captain.
Yeah, you ready?
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Aye, Captain.
Not the creator of
Oh.
SpongeBob is dead.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, he's been dead for a bit. Nickelodeon has decided now's the time for spin-offs.
Oh, God.
About time.
Oh, Mr. Krabs, prestige drama.
Well, we talked back in, I think, we talked a little bit, I think, about the prequel series that's coming out about SpongeBob called Camp Coral.
Wait, hold on. I forgot already. What's the premise of that?
It's them hanging out at the camp it's like Camp Laszlo, but if it were SpongeBob.
So it's like they're all kids. It's like Muppet Babies.
Yes.
Which we all needed, because, as we know, SpongeBob is a very mature adult character who's not at all childlike in the first place.
Right, and we need a younger version of him who is somehow more of a child.
Also, imagine how bad the voice acting would be for child SpongeBob.
You mean imagine? You mean wait and see?
Yeah, it's coming at some point to CBS All Access, so... but that's not the only spin-off that's going to be heading there. It turns out Patrick Star is set to get his own solo show as well, coming to Nickelodeon, titled The Patrick Star Show.
Okay.
So like Eric Andre.
That's right, yeah. Patrick's going to be like hanging out with Hannibal Buress. No, it's not going to be like Eric Andre. It's going to be like one of those vaguely political late night shows.
Oh, Stephen Colbert.
It's going to be like Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. So how about that president, guys?
I don't like the idea of Patrick Star knowing who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Donald Trump was up to today?
Also, he wouldn't be able to remember what Donald Trump was up to today.
Yeah. Apparently what it's actually going to be about is a behind-the-scenes comedy about Patrick hosting a late-night talk show, in the vein of something like Space Ghost Coast to Coast or Comedy Bang Bang. I don't know why Comedy Bang Bang is the one that's specifically referenced, but it is actually referenced in this press release.
It should be like Eric Andre, except Patrick keeps messing up the sketches because he's not very bright. It's like double anti-comedy.
The show will apparently involve Patrick spending time with his family, who appeared in that one episode of SpongeBob, and I don't think ever again.
They weren't actually his family, too.
Yeah. That's right. That was the whole thing at the end. So who have never appeared in SpongeBob. And some other characters from the main show are, quote-unquote, expected to make occasional appearances. I'm hoping for that guy who says that his leg hurts all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. We need an interview with that guy who's like a cast on his leg or something while he's talking.
So the rest of the details are pretty slim on this. But apparently voiceover recordings have already begun on this, so production is heavy. We also don't know any info about whether or not this is going to be CG, like Camp Coral will be, or traditional animation.
Probably going to be CG, right?
Oh, God.
I mean, CG is cheaper. I assume that's why they did that with Camp Coral, even though the idea of CG SpongeBob is upsetting.
I'm not sure there's like that big a difference between CG and traditional animation. I think there's just like some benefits to management that they get out of it.
Yeah. Whether or not we find out any questions to the theory of who gives Patrick a talk show, is it in canon that he just has a talk show and like no one pays attention to it?
I don't like that lore.
That's some bad lore.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen? All we know is that it's more SpongeBob content for all you who've been craving good SpongeBob.
Which I haven't been.
Here's a thought that I had recently, and I think this is probably not anything new. SpongeBob is like the Simpsons of children's animation, right?
Probably.
Yes.
Those...
Very good at a certain point, but then a steep drop in quality.
Yeah.
I think that the worst of SpongeBob is worse than the worst of The Simpsons, to be honest.
Oh, God.
Yeah, very true. We don't need any more SpongeBob. Modern day SpongeBob is tedious.
I heard it got a little better, but
fuck that.
I don't trust it.
Oh, I think apparently at some point between the first movie and the second movie, the guy who was running it the entire time left. So I guess now it might potentially be better, but I'm not going to check it out and see.
No.
I don't trust like that because it got so bad that I'm never going to watch it again.
Yeah. Also, to continue the Simpsons metaphor, the same guy was running the show for so long.
Yeah. It's almost like there's a finite amount of ideas someone can come up with for one franchise.
One yellow guy with a funny voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go from that to something that we all love from the 90s.
Oh?
We all love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that great show that Will Smith made to avoid going to jail.
What is this? What?
He was going to go to jail for tax evasion, so he made this.
What?
You guys didn't know that?
What?
No.
Is it community service?
No, it was on the record that he had this money. I don't know. I don't know the whole story here, but I'm pretty sure that the whole deal here is that he signed up to make this show because he was going to avoid jail time.
Wow.
That's some deep lore, Swanson.
Or at least prosecution for escaping.
I'm glad to have you as our TV lore master.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either, Swanson.
Well, it's there. You can look it up.
Okay. I'll. Is that going to be my achievement for next week to research this in detail and report back?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the little bit that Wikipedia was able to give me real quick here after further investigation. So the idea was pitched to Quincy Jones, a producer who had signed a TV deal with Time Warner, a producer in music as well. Jones was impressed by the idea and arranged a meeting with NBC chief Brandon Tarkoff. Will Smith was well known by then, as his music career was The Fresh Prince had put him on mainstream radar, and he had come into debt after failing to pay taxes.
What a cool guy.
At the suggestion of his then girlfriend, Smith went to a taping of the Arsenio Hall show where he met the Vendina, the person who pitched the idea, by chance. Smith was reluctant, having never acted before, but was invited to meet Jones at a house party, and Jones handed him a script. The rest was history.
What a crazy turn of events.
So, because he failed to pay taxes, we have The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And also his entire film career, I guess.
Well, yeah, it all led to that. So, good on him, I guess. So, I guess sometimes crime does pay.
You know what? Don't pay your taxes.
Yeah.
That's my take.
And you can end up like Will Smith.
Yeah, so what's going on with Fresh Prince now, Swanson?
Well, recently, and by recently I mean like last year, I think, there was a big YouTube like viral trailer for a reimagined Bel-Air sitcom, which was, well, it wasn't a sitcom. It was reimagined as a drama about a young man from West Philadelphia who gets arrested after a fight, and his mom sends him off to live with his auntie and uncle in upscale California. You know, like the show.
Yes.
The video got a lot of attention, including attention from the original Fresh Prince, Will Smith.
Ooh.
Who met with the creator of the video and decided that they were going to develop an idea for a potential reboot.
No thanks.
Yeah, you know that show Fresh Prince that you watch and you think, haha, what a funny time. These guys are all like cartoon characters. What if it was dramatic?
What if every episode Carlton had a gun?
Yeah, what if it was just the one episode where Carlton had a gun, but it was every episode?
But also he's doing Speed at the same time.
Yeah, and also it's that episode where Will's dad's in town.
And he has a gun as well.
Yeah. And also it's that episode where Uncle Phil plays pool.
And there's a gun under the table.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil's going to be dead in this for dramatic reasons.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, apparently this reboot is now becoming a reality thanks once again to Fresh Prince producer Quincy Jones.
Wow. You'd think he would know better.
I think he would like money, as most people would.
I guess he does know better than me.
Yeah, he's set to executive produce along with Smith and the creator of these shorts, whose name escapes me, Morgan Cooper, who is set also to serve as writer and director for the series. The dramatic reboot is currently being shopped to various networks, but is most likely going to end up at HBO Max, where the current sitcom is airing. Or available, I guess.
Airing.
Yeah, there's new episodes coming out.
Okay, so how much potential does that story have as a drama, really?
0, I think. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work as a drama. It barely works as a sitcom, and the only reason it works at all as a sitcom is because Will Smith's a good actor.
Yes.
And, like, the cast made it work.
Because, usually when you have a drama, you have some kind of actual conflict to worry about. The only conflict in this that I can imagine is that he has to adjust to life in a different place.
Maybe he gets radicalized and starts being a proponent for class warfare.
Yeah. You know how this is going to go, though, right? It's going to be a high school... It's going to be half high school drama with, little elements of maybe, lawyer drama, because Uncle Phil's a lawyer or whatever.
Oh, God, please spare me.
It's going to be the classic, fish out of water. Or, maybe in the best case scenario, it just becomes fucking Riverdale. And just random-ass shit happens all the time that doesn't make any sense.
I wonder what modern Carlton will look like.
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably, Do you think they're going to do the thing where Carlton's a dweeb, or do you think they're going to make Carlton, unreasonably sexy, like Jughead in Riverdale?
Well, he's going to be a dweeb, but extremely antagonistic.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
He'll also be very muscular. To be a physical threat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's going to say, "This world has rules. We got to follow them, bros."
The throne on heaven remains vacant, but I intend to fill it.
I will become the Fresh Prince. Yeah, this is already... Listen, maybe there's I don't know, what, a 1% chance this pays off in a good way. But I'm gonna give that a preemptive tune out.
Stay away from me.
Yeah. Also, that's I think looking at my list here, I think that's everything from the 90s that's been rebooted now. So I think we're good, right? We don't need any more.
Now we're just gonna have to move on to the 2000s.
No, we're gonna bring out stuff that we forgot about and didn't want in the first place. Now we're gonna reboot it.
Yeah, it's probably true. We're gonna get something like Cop Rock.
Oh God.
Anyway, yeah, look forward to that sometime in the future.
Do not.
And with that out of the way, let's get to a segment that is near and dear to everybody's hearts. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Kyoran.
That's right.
Gotta love that theme. Yeah, welcome to Trailer Blazers, a Denver edition, a new twist on an old favorite, where everything is the same except we're in Denver.
What?
We watched a trailer and we're going to talk about it. This week we watched the trailer for Peacock's reboot or revival, I guess, of Saved by the Bell. It looks like garbage.
Oh boy.
I thought, are they doing a Wet Hot American Summer type thing with the old cast showing up?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess. It feels kind of like that, but, the old cast in this is supposed to be, faculty now. But the trailer doesn't make that very clear.
So, prior to this, I had no idea what Saved by the Bell was, and I still don't, really, but I am glad to know that my assessment was correct, that since this show is titled Saved by the Bell, it in fact must take place at a school.
I think.
So,
yeah,
yes.
that was what gave it away, was the bell part.
It could have been. It could have been a school. It could have been a church.
Oh yeah.
It could have been a steam train.
Yeah. Got you there, Keo.
See, but no, the thing about Saved by the Bell, when you think about it, the only way you could be saved by the bell is if something's about to happen, and then the bell suddenly rings unexpectedly.
I guess a steam train bell could save you from getting hit by a train if you aren't paying attention.
And if you think about it, the bell does signal service starting, and you could be saved at the service.
That is true.
So I don't know if your logic holds up here, Keo.
All right, but why would a church show be about the bell?
Fair. Okay, well, this will only further confuse things, Kyorain. How about the sequel series to Saved by the Bell, The College Years, in which there are no bells. College doesn't typically have a bell for you unless something dire is happening.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think the only time there's ever a bell at a college is like the noon bell for the big bell tower at the college bell.
Yeah.
For when it's noon.
So I guess you could be Saved by the Bell if you have like a noon class. Yeah. So you weren't aware that that's where Screech came from? Everyone's favorite way to refer
Screech?
to Stairmaster.
Hey, Stair, why don't you give us this deep lore about you being called Screech?
Someone said I sound like him once.
Yeah?
I had no idea what they were talking about, but they were making fun of my voice.
It could be worse, Stair. You could share the same views as him and therefore be too problematic to show up in this show.
Well, what are his views?
I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure he's assaulted women before, so I guess there's just bad actions.
The character or the actor?
The actor, not the character.
Was that because of the speed pills?
Maybe. Yeah, so Kyorain here. I'm going to give you some rundown on Saved by the Bell. I've only watched a few episodes. It's garbage and trash. You don't need to like consume it or anything.
Okay.
It was like a thing that aired on like Saturday mornings on like TV and it was
Wait,
like,
so what you're saying is people will watch this instead of like cartoons on Saturday mornings? That's insane.
it would air like with cartoons, like in
okay.
blocks around them. Saved by the Bell was like all of these cool like high schoolers and middle schoolers. I think they were high schoolers. And then there was one nerd dude named Screech. And he was like a big old nerd, but all these popular kids, I guess, sort of hung out with him because he, I don't know, gave them answers to the test or some shit.
He made LSD for them.
Yeah. Also, I think at one point, and Screech was like kind of like a proto Urkel. I guess not. He was after Urkel, so. But he's an Urkel type where like he's apparently smart enough to build like robots and shit, but doesn't know the ways of women.
Just like our Stairmaster.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I would not know how to build a robot.
I don't know. I feel like you've built robots before on the spot.
You have built robots.
I do not recall any of that.
You built a mobile suit.
Shh. That's only for people in Operation Meteor to know about, Keo.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah, so like all these popular kids have returned to the series and the nerd is left out. Because he's a problematic figure, you see, Kyorain.
Yes.
Yeah, what a troublemaker.
But yeah, so a lot of this trailer seems to be like, remember Saved by the Bell? Well, here's a wacky comedy based around it. I think the most egregious thing here is that the popular main character of Saved by the Bell, popular to hate anyway, Zach Morris, is not shown in this trailer, even though he's going to be there, apparently.
Oh, maybe that's going to be like a plot twist. He's a bad guy now.
Well, we did talk about this, I think, on the pod before, but in this version, he is the governor of California.
Oh.
And has been closing down poor schools.
Oh,
so,
no.
yeah, he is actually the bad guy.
Wow.
What
a guy.
I really wish the original cast were just still students.
That would be funny. That would be a fun, wet, hot American summer take on it. Which seems like they're trying to go for that comedy, even though nothing in this is funny.
They're too cowardly to properly commit.
Yeah.
It is like intensely unfunny, I'll say.
Yes. There's like a reference to like one of the most memeable Saved by the Bell moments in which the character that we see here in this show, the blonde lady, Jessie, takes caffeine pills, and that's like their drug awareness episode. Because they can't have one of the actual characters on drugs, so they do the next best thing and give her caffeine pills. And she gets really happy and starts singing the song, I'm so excited, but then starts sobbing and says, I'm so scared.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And it's very dramatic.
Feeling emotions.
And then a joke in this is, she recaps that for us.
Yeah, in case you weren't aware. Was that funny for you, Keo, being reminded of a thing you weren't aware of?
No, it wasn't.
Huh. Anyway, yeah, so far this looks like a tune out.
Oh, we're gonna watch this on the pod, aren't we?
Probably.
Yeah. Garbage show.
Yeah, garbage show that we'll happily eat and consume on this podcast.
Yeah, tune out on this trailer, by the way.
Yeah, it's no good. No bueno. All right, I think that's about it for Trailer Blazers, so there's nothing left to do but get to our main event this week.
Well, let's dig in.
It's Quibi!
It's Quibi! This Quibi program is The Fugitive, which focuses blue-collar worker Mike Farrow, who it just wants to make sure his wife and 10-year-old daughter are safe when a bomb rips through the Los Angeles subway train that he's riding on. But the faulty evidence on the ground and tweet now, confirm later journalism paints a nightmarish picture.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it looks to all the world that Mike was responsible for this heinous act. Can he, wrongfully and very publicly accused, Mike must prove his innocence by uncovering the real perpetrator. Before the legendary cop heading the investigation can apprehend him. Legendary cop. Anyway, The Fugitive is available, of course, on Quibi, and it's, as you may know, a remake of both the 1963 television series and the 1993 film, with completely different characters. Did The Fugitive leave you guys on the run, or were you guys found innocent?
Which one's good?
I don't know.
I think it would be good to be found innocent, Keel.
Yeah, I guess being on the run is bad.
Okay, and Swanson, your achievement this week was to actually watch this on the Quibi platform. Do you want to talk about that now or later?
No.
Yeah, let's get to it now. I'll get to it now. So yeah,
Okay.
I downloaded Quibi last night because I made the decision that I was going to watch this on the Quibi app, available
That's
only
right.
on cell phones. And yeah, I did such a thing. I will say up front that Quibi does seem like it has a decent navigation in terms of giving you shows that you might want to be interested in and whatnot. Of course, all that navigation is located directly on your cell phone, which is like my main problem. I don't really want to be watching shit on my phone if I can help it. Like I like a big screen, like a TV or a computer.
I like big boys.
A TV, you say?
That's right. And that's not what my phone is. My phone is not a television.
How big is your phone?
It's an iPhone, like something or another. So it's mildly big.
Mildly big.
That's right. I don't know the proportions of my phone, but I will say that watching stuff on Quibi is less than ideal. I will say something that Connie mentioned on a previous episode was that Quibi does allow you to sort of tilt your screen and keep the same like proportions.
Ooh.
Which is nice. So nothing like nothing is cut or cropped when you flip your screen on the side or just watching it like, upright. So that's cool. I did watch all of the stuff that I was watching on the side because I'm not a sadist.
A masochist.
Yeah. Well, either really. But yeah, I would say overall the actual Quibi experience itself is not bad. There weren't any like bugs that need sorting out. The UI is like functioning properly and navigation is easy. So Quibi, the app itself, good. Quibi, the idea, not really something I'm jiving with.
So that's a 2 now from Swanson.
Two notes here on what Swanson's talking about. First of all, your phone is 8 by 24 inches in size.
Okay.
I measured it for you, don't worry.
Thanks. You really love that ruler.
Yeah. And also, you are a sadist making us watch all these terrible shows on
Yes.
TV Tuners podcast.
Apologize for your sins.
I mean, you guys pick these terrible shows as well. I don't...
You give us two options, and then put a gun to our head and say, pick.
It was
Yeah,
either this
and you guys always pick the terrible ones. I don't know what to tell you. Coroner, which was our other potential option, was probably going to be a great show.
We'll never know.
Yeah, someone will have
Unless
to tell
someone
us.
yes, via our email, tvtunerspodcast@denver.com.
That's right. So yeah, that's my Quibi review, and I think that's all of our achievements unlocked for the day.
Well, mine's still pending.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. We have to wait till the end to see if you pass. So let's waste no more time.
And the shackles will come off after that?
No, those are always going to stay on since he tried to escape last week.
God.
I don't make the rules. I just follow them to a T. And question nothing about them.
Sort of like this cop.
That's right. So yeah, the Fugitive here, this Quibi program, as you might guess, because it's quick bites, Quibi. Each episode is about 8 minutes runtime. So we watched 4 episodes, so to get an understanding of how the show works and how the pacing is and stuff. And yeah, I'll say that the pacing is wild. It varies in terms of how much gets accomplished in one episode.
Still not satisfactory.
No.
The first episode, we start out here, and it's really slow. It's like, let's introduce our guy here. He has a job. Oh, wait. And then he lost his job, so it's not slow anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's slow again. And then the explosion happens in episode 1, right?
Yes.
Yes, it happens right at the end. Also, can we talk about the color scheme? Everything is so washed out.
Yeah, I feel like it's because I don't know why every show in LA feels like the need to wash everything out in terms of color. But yeah, everything is like I think they're trying to go with sleek and stylish, but it just looks awful.
It just looks dead.
Yeah.
It looks boring.
Yeah, so I'm not really too versed in color theory, but I do know that TV shows should use some kind of color theory, right?
That's the idea.
Like, even if it's filmed, it should have a palette, right?
Colors are good, in my opinion.
Yeah, this show doesn't use a color palette as far as I can tell.
No.
It's just sepia.
Do you guys want to know the name of this first episode?
Train?
No, it's called Wrong Place, Wrong Time.
Oh?
Oh, I get it. Because he's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's right, yeah. So to break this down a little bit, we open up with our lead here, and he's hanging out. Yeah. He's an insurance boy.
Boy holds books.
He's a tax guy.
Yeah, he's a tax boy. Yeah, and he's talking with this guy who's like, "Hey, listen, I want a fraud real big. Can I fraud?"
Like Will Smith.
Hey, am I allowed to fraud? And the guy's like, "No, we actually encourage you not to fraud." And he's like, "Hey, aren't you that guy who went to jail? And you're going to tell me not to fraud? What's going on here?"
Hey, I got a new album with DJ Jazzy Jeff. I got it, fraud.
and then his boss is like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have told him the truth about yourself. You're fired."
Yeah. So, a couple things up front here. First off, he mentions his full name is Michelangelo. The fuck? Who names their child the full name Michelangelo?
Maybe if you're Italian.
Still, I don't think Michelangelo. His full name Michelangelo Farrow.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the kind of name your parents give you if they're like, "Our kid's gonna be special, our special little boy."
Yeah, like if he were like full-blooded, like from Italy Italian, I would believe Michelangelo is a name. But this is just a guy who's hanging out in LA.
Imagine the show with James Gandolfini as the lead.
Him is Michelangelo.
Him trying to run from the police.
He would not get away.
No.
Like
no, he would intimidate the police officers.
It's like that scene in The Sopranos where they bust the guys and Big Pussy runs away, or whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, imagine this with CG James Gandolfini playing the lead.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Could you imagine him mentioning that he went to jail for no reason? This guy deserves to be fired.
Yeah, that was that's a big cell phone.
Yeah, it's like this, okay. So you expect me to believe that this man went to jail, as we later learn, for 3 years, and that he, at no point during that time in jail, he decided that he should never mention that he went to jail. Doesn't sound like...
The weird thing is, though,
yeah,
is like, the guy only recognized this infamous guy after he told him he went to jail. He's like, "Oh, I know your full story. You're that guy.
You're Prison Mike."
But
What's
spoilers,
up,
later everyone can immediately recognize this guy.
Yes.
Just from looking at his face on camera footage. But it takes this guy a little bit. He's a little behind the news, apparently.
He's even well known in the anti-terrorism field, even though he was not a terrorist.
No. Yeah, we'll get to what his crime actually is, because they don't say it until, I think, episode 3. And it's a crime that would not make you put, like, the most known person alive.
Yeah, you'd have to, yeah.
He would have to have done a lot worse to be
You'd
like...
have to have done 9/11 to get this response.
Yeah, like, he gets response that everyone in L.A. knows him. Everyone in L.A.? The fucking biggest city?
The biggest city, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We just simply can't tell for sure.
Pretty sure Denver's a bigger city because it's higher up. Just saying.
Yeah, elevation-wise, Denver's the biggest city.
Because that stuff underneath is part of the city as well.
Yeah.
That's true. So you're trying to tell me that this guy is not is so recognizable. Anyway, that doesn't come yet. What we get next is a good parole officer.
Wow.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, what a nice dude. I hope he sticks around.
Rest in peace. No, he's a black man.
Yeah, his fate was sealed the moment he said, hey. And the moment he showed up on screen and said, hey, what's going on?
Hey, do you want my father's prized heirloom?
Yeah. He gives him a knife, and that's a thing that happens.
Yeah, I think he was flirting.
Yeah?
I don't see how you can give someone a knife and not have it be romantic.
Is it flirting when after you give someone a knife, you also say, go make a baby in your wife?
Yes.
A little bit. That's kind of playful.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I know you get up to sex, and I'm into that as well.
I really want to know what it is with the screenwriters and, like, writers in general, crafting, like, really fun, cool, like, characters, usually of other races, who immediately die. Like, I would watch The Fugitive if that dude was the lead. It would be a better show. If that guy was falsely accused of something, instead of this, like, generic man who I guess is like, he has family issues. You know, he's
look,
just
we can't have a show in 2020 about a black man who's wrongfully persecuted by the legal system.
Yeah, that would never happen.
A victim. Yeah.
It's too far-fetched. We've solved racism.
We've learned from our mistakes in history, and we've vowed to never again.
Yeah. It just feels like the writers, or I think it might just be a singular writer. I'm not sure how this works for Quibi.
One man.
But
one writer.
It feels like the writers of this program heard that thing about the guy who got falsely accused of the Boston Marathon bombing, and was just like, what if it was the whole show?
But instead of
Reddit, it's just some lady with a
instead of it being like 4chaners and Redditors, it's like it's a lady on Twitter.
Also, wasn't the guy falsely accused not a white person? Also,
he was dead and missing. Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad all around. This is a bad idea to base your show off of. Also, if it wasn't clear from before, that blurb about the tweet now, confirm later journalism was for sure in the ad copy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we get a little taste of this guy's family life. He's got wife.
He's got wife
kid.
type. He's got a wife type female.
Yeah. This kid is like, I normally don't like child actors, but there's just something about the energy this child produces, or the lack thereof, that is some of the funniest shit. Like, we see him taking his daughter to school, and this child's just like, whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotta go. I'll see you.
Yeah, get out of here.
Makes him very relatable, a lot of pathos in that scene there.
Yeah, this child is the living embodiment of that SpongeBob, I'm a head out meme.
Yeah.
And, like, we get this scene where he's like, what, are you, like, I guess taking her to school is the perfect time to confront her on issues that you have with each other. And he's like, what, are you, like, worried about something? She's like, you left us! He's like, I didn't leave, I fought!
And then she's like, I'm a head out.
Yeah. And she does. She heads out of the series.
Yeah, she just slides out of frame.
Yeah. So yeah, we cut back. He's riding the subway train. Black guy's giving him a good talk, but don't worry, black guy don't last long. I know that, like, typically the black guy dies real quick, but this dude didn't even last 10 minutes.
Well, it's Quibi.
Yeah.
Quibi!
Because of Quibi, it means the black guy died in under 8 minutes.
This is the future of media.
So yeah, he gets blown up real good.
It's like they're going for the world record any percent dead black guy.
Yeah.
This is such a bad explosion too, and they amp it up with a single take of him walking away and the camera turning towards the subway, so you can get a whiff of that bad CGI.
Yeah, and the place explodes real well, and he's like, "Whoa!" And that's the end of that first quick bite. And after one quick bite, I want another.
I really want to get to this bit with the phone. I
know you're begging for it, Keo.
Keo is leaning forward on the edge of his seat.
So the second episode is titled "Smiles for the Camera."
Oh, Jesus Christ! Stop it.
Why are they all have? Okay, I'm just gonna run through these episode titles. Okay, they're all sort of like this. Episode 3.
You're making these up.
No,
you're making these up.
Episode 3. Run! Exclamation point.
Fuck you. Die.
Episode 4. Going underground.
Tony Hawk's Going Underground.
Episode 5. When Mike met Clay. Clay is Keith Sutherland's character.
Oh, God.
Episode 6. A Lifeline.
Oh, fuck off.
Episode 7 is just titled Again. There's another bomb, maybe? Look, I don't know.
Look, I can understand making these, like, scene names in your script or whatever, but episode titles, no.
Episode 8, Hunted Becomes the Hunter.
Fuck yeah!
Episode 9, C. Bravo Esquire.
Ooh,
I would be on board with this if it did turn into, like, a Predator type. Or he's just hunting Kiefer Sutherland with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And he's almost nude.
And the most recent episode is titled "Getting the Gang Back Together."
Oh my God! What?
The boys are back for one last job.
The gang? Who's the gang?
There's like 3 characters on the show.
Yeah, is it the Always Sunny crew? Since Dennis is in here for some reason.
Yeah, they're the ones who put the bomb on the subway.
That makes sense.
Charlie becomes a domestic terrorist.
That's like season 18 of Always Sunny.
Yeah.
If they haven't already... I guess they already did do an episode of where they were sort of terrorists.
Danny DeVito commits a mosque shooting.
Yeah. So yeah, they we have this shot of like all this subway wreckage, this true carnage. And so we have him going through the subway. And first off, why is he going through the subway? If there's a bomb that just went off, I'm getting the fuck out of where I was.
He's got to make sure black guy's all right.
Yeah, so
the answer is no.
This is one of the things they do throughout the next 2 episodes, where they like have him do all of this like selfless stuff to show that he's a really good guy. And like including like being like, oh, there's a lot more people more wounded than me that they should be dealing with. Don't worry about me.
It's almost like trying to cram this into a 10-minute format was a bad idea.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to like revert to using like tired tropes and like hack-and-eyed dialogue before you run out of time.
Yes.
All right, guys. Best line of the show, in my opinion, happens at about this moment where one of the survivors says out loud, basically to the camera, "This is just like 9/11."
Yeah, I smiled when that happened, but then we got to the better part.
It's just, oh my God, it's the stupidest fucking line. It might be the stupidest line I've ever heard in television.
This is where we get Kiefer Sutherland's character back. Jower.
That's right. His name is Clay Bryce. Which doesn't even go together as a name.
This scene of like the anti-terrorism office is one of the most ridiculously cliched, stupidest little scenes I've ever seen in television. It's like It's like a parody almost.
Yeah,
but it's not a parody.
Kiefer is kind of slumming it, even if he is bemused by all this.
Yeah, he gives this big. They give him this like big entrance where he comes in. They show the full terrorism squad, I guess, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna need names. Hey, anyone got camera footage? Give me that camera footage. Hey!" The entire time he's carrying flowers.
Do you think it might be like a direct homage to something? Another piece of media with cops chasing a escaping suspect?
Oh, I don't know. What could it be?
Perhaps a movie.
I don't know. I don't see it.
Okay.
Unthinkable.
Yeah.
And we get some prime TV dialogue here as well because one of his subordinates walks in to check on him, and he's like, "You here to ask me about my dead wife?"
Oh yes, we get the shot of him looking at his desk, and there's a photo of a 9/11 first responder.
Yeah, and flowers that he put into a vase.
And when I saw that, I just broke out laughing.
It's the dumbest thing. No wonder he's so adamant about catching this person. This is just like 9/11.
Yeah. This is actually comedy. This is comedy, guys.
Yeah, it's that territory where it's so bad that it is in fact a comedic event that I'm watching. He just says, "You're talking about my dead wife?" Who refers to their spouse as their dead wife?
My wife who's dead.
Are you talking about my wife who is now dead?
Oh.
My deceased spouse?
Space
None
cop.
of your business.
He misses his wife, who's dead in the future. Hasn't been born in the present. Space cop.
That would be better. So then we get introduced to this news journalist lady, who's played by a former member of the Good Place cast. Good on her.
And she's attractive, so her name is Pretty.
Yes, fucking God. Her name is Pretty Patel.
What?
And
that sounds like a porn star name.
Yes.
As far as I know, that's not a real name. I think the name they were going for was pronounced Preeti, not Pretty. So,
but everyone does, in fact, pronounce it Pretty.
Pretty Patel, that's a Gundam character name.
Yeah. And her boss is Dennis from Always Sunny. And they have a bunch of quips, and it's all about ethics and journalism for Dennis.
And also boomers versus millennials.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun thing. Even though this dude's like 40-something, so he's not a boomer, I don't think.
He's also a millennial, I think.
Like, at best, he is Gen X, like the tail end.
So she's trying to get the scoop, guys. She's really in on this story.
Yeah.
Something exploded. She's got to be the first in. So she's going to make some reckless tweets with some wild speculation.
Oh, she's just a Leo.
Classic Leo behavior here. Pretty's just a classic. I don't know. She seems more like a Sagittarius to me with some of this behavior. No offense. You just seem like the type of people who would not care about ethics and journalism. Just want to get that scoop.
Yeah, so she uses her womanly charms on the nerd guy.
This nerd straight out of an 80s film.
Yeah,
it's so amazing. This guy she calls like, what's his name's like Gomer or something.
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, and he's like, well, golly, miss, I don't know.
That sounds, I reckon that's a bad idea. And she's like, well, look at me, I'm a sexy lady. Don't you want to do this for me, please? And he's like, oh, well, I guess so.
Yeah, he's a nerd straight from like a Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, if you're gonna violate your ethics and confidentiality like that, you should at least ask to see boobs or something.
Yeah. This guy caves so quickly because it's an 8-minute program.
Yeah, if this had been an HBO show, they would have had sex.
Yeah, right there. So both her and the task force are IDing this man at the same time, and they ID him so fucking quick. They don't even search for anything else. They don't have to look for anything. They see his photo, and Kiefer Sutherland's just like, "Oh my god, that's Mike Sparrow."
It's almost like he personally knew him.
Yeah, like he was like the one who apprehended him.
That's,
like what?
See, if he was like, "That's the man who killed my wife," then you're like, oh, okay.
Like maybe that would be something, right? But no, that would be something, right? But no, it's actually irrelevant. Like they're not connected at all. He just knows, I guess, every person who's ever been arrested in LA.
Well, he's an expert. That's why he's at the top.
Maybe he's the former mayor.
It's a meritocracy, you see, Swanson.
Yes. Yeah, I guess so. Also, he's claimed the press release claims for him, or the press ad copy claims for him to be a legendary cop, but we don't really get anything that claims that he's legendary in this.
Oh well, look, he's clearly running this office very well, and he even has a catchphrase
that he says in every episode that he's in,
which is "Give me a capybara."
Yeah, yeah. He turns the camera and he says, "Give me a hell yeah." No, what's his catchphrase, K.O.?
Yeah, can you give me a coffee, boss?
And they all give him a copy, and he says, "Music to my ears." Also, he's putting on like some sort of. Is it like a southern accent, or is that just how Keither sounds?
No, he's like clearly trying to channel a little bit of He Who Shall Not Be Named from a certain film in the 90s.
Oh, you mean...
No, he says coffee boss.
He's trying to copy Harrison Ford?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay. Yeah,
he wants to go out for coffee with his subordinates. They're not saying copy; they're saying coffee with an F.
Oh, he wants coffee with all of them.
Yeah. That's a nice. He wants to go out for some hot coffee.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
That's kind of like endearing in its own way. He's like, coffee, music to my ears.
Let's catch this boy and get some donuts.
So they ID this man, and that's the end of this second episode. So the third one picks up here, I guess. And, pretty immediately recognizes this guy from footage.
Well, of course.
It's amazing. Like, I guess I would slightly believe she would get it more than him, but like...
She covered the story herself.
Yeah.
Presumably.
So we get her leaving after she's confirmed that this is Mike Farrow, famous DUI driver. Like, what? So apparently he got arrested for vehicular manslaughter, and that was so unheard of in LA.
Listen, he was like Martin Shkreli.
Yeah?
Where he was not only a DUI guy, but he was a hedge fund DUI guy, which is about the same as jacking up prescription prices.
I guess that's true, yeah. So I guess he would be, he's like a hated figure.
Yeah.
That makes me dislike this show even more. They're going to make him a figure of like, that we're supposed to side with, and he's...
Yeah, because, in the certain thing, the protagonist was his heart surgeon, an emergency room surgeon.
Oh, you mean in the original TV show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the movie.
I can't answer
Can you
that.
confirm?
I can't answer that one way or another. I gotta get my gold star.
All right. But what about it, there? What about the TV show?
Oh, the TV show? Quibi's The Fugitive?
The original. The 1963 television show, The Fugitive.
Oh, it's old and bad.
Oh. Have you watched it before?
No.
Oh.
I
can't remember if I've actually watched that or not. Apparently the finale was like, until MASH, one of the biggest finales of all time.
Oh.
Anyway. So yeah, she's just like, yeah, I gotta get more info on what's going on. I think he's talking to this guy, and I think he might be an accomplice. So she commits a crime, essentially, like a very vile crime of pretending to be a widow, and gets into where they're keeping all of the bodies from the massacre.
Jesus. No remorse whatsoever.
No. And just like...
And she puts on this big, like, show where... She's a psychopath, right?
Well, this is what they think millennials are on this program.
Like reptiles who can just quickly shift their emotions to manipulate people.
Yeah, that's what they think is running the world in the Q conspiracy.
Okay.
They don't think anything of... She doesn't think anything of this. We don't even get a scene of her, like, looking at the bodies and being like, whoa, oh no, this is bad. We just get her being like, all right, found it, cool. And then, I also like that she seems to remember very specific details from camera footage, like the color of the person's tie. So she identifies black man and, our poor friend who died in the first episode in 8 minutes. And then is immediately like, yeah, what I think happened was it's his parole officer? Yeah, what I think happened was this, and this. Meanwhile, the cops are also just jumping the gun. He gets one grainy footage of a dude who looks like he might have been the person, the suspect, and is like, all right, everybody, roll out. We've got it.
He was on his phone before the bomb exploded. That's pretty much evidence.
But later, the person that he's working with, this random woman who gets like 2 lines in these 4 episodes, who he calls Sloane, says that they have nothing solid. So they're going on a manhunt and arresting his wife over nothing solid.
Yeah,
all right, so
that's doing their job, Swanson.
Can we get to the phone part? Because this is like the most egregiously bad writing, I think, in the whole program, to be honest.
Yeah, yes. I think we're right at that part.
All right, so when the bomb explodes, we see he dropped his phone in the shock from the explosion, and he loses it. So they recover the phone, and apparently the only thing they can get off the phone is one text message he sent.
A single text message.
And it says, "Kill it all."
Kill it all? What is it?
See, here's what the text message said. It was gonna say, "Kill it, Allison," as in do good at your job thing you're doing.
But they can't figure that part out.
Yeah, they think like he's telling them to blow up the bomb.
His wife must be in on it for some reason.
Can you imagine just a week later, Kiefer Sutherland's lying in bed and he realizes his wife's name was Allison?
It'd be like when Superman finds out that Bruce Wayne's mom is also called Martha.
Be like, Allison? Allison!
Wait, so...
It's the other way around.
But spoilers, guess what would happen? He wouldn't care, he would go back to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, why would his wife's name being Allison matter in this case?
Yeah, because then he would realize the text message wasn't evidence of anything.
Oh, yeah.
He would realize what the message meant.
Yeah, so they went to arrest her, presumably by name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would they not figure this out, that her name is Allison?
Cops are dumb.
I love that because of the format of Quibi. All we get, though, is some FBI agents being like, "You're under arrest." And then, like, quickly cut away. Because we haven't got time to worry about this.
Before we can see her getting beaten.
Yeah. And then we get, we have Mike in the hospital, and we have, like, this. There's a little pointless scene here where he asks a police officer if he can use his phone. It's only there so that later when everyone on the news is like, Mike Farrow, popular murderer, Mike Farrow, behind...
Who are the popular murderers, Swanson?
Dahmer, Bundy.
You love to see him.
I guess technically Manson.
Well, Astare's best friend, Dorner.
Yeah, Dorner is technically a murderer. Well, not technically, he is a murderer.
Very popular.
Yeah, so they all, like, everyone in the hospital immediately turns around and is like, it's him!
But they don't mob him or anything. They're all cowards.
Yeah. And this police officer's like, hey, stay put! Hey! And he runs away, and then we get to this last episode here, and this is... I think it's supposed to be tense, is the idea they're going for here, but it's not. He runs into a subway tunnel.
Train expert Stairmaster, let me ask you this. Can you just walk onto a train and start controlling it without any key?
Probably not.
No, okay. You see, Keo, these trains are like the modern trains. They don't need keys. Where we're going...
Yeah, it's got a touch screen.
Yeah, where we're going, we just touch and go.
And no passcode?
No, none of that. Also, the subway is just sitting there, even though everything should be on lockdown because a bombing just happened. It was really nice of them to leave that subway open and hanging out for him to get into.
Yeah, this is a handy train to have a really limp train chase sequence on.
Yeah. So we get this moment where like he locks the door, and the one solitary nice thing I will say about the writing on this show is they didn't have the cop immediately leave. I thought like he was going to check the door, look inside, and be like, he must have left.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen too.
But instead, he's just like, yeah, usually, yeah, these doors only lock from the inside. I'm a cop, I know.
Why doesn't he kick the door down?
Yeah, why doesn't he break... He breaks the door later, why didn't he just do that now? So...
Stare, answer the question.
Yeah. Yes, Stairmaster, you're expert in field.
It's a very tough door.
Oh.
Is that what those
sorry,
doors
I was
are?
reading about how to steal trains on the internet.
Oh,
it seems like there is no key system. If there's just gas in the tank, you can start up the engine.
Wow. Damn. All right.
Okay, well, glad we got that settled, because that seems silly to me, but I guess that's just how trains work.
Subway trains? This is how subway trains works there?
Ah, good question.
Because this isn't like a train, this is a subway train. Those are kind of different.
Yeah, the jury's still out on this, apparently.
There's probably keys on subway trains. Since it's like they're afraid of the people.
So he starts up the thing, and the cop's like, hey, what are you doing? And we get like this interaction between him where he's like, you got the wrong guy, and the cop's like, yeah, well, okay, that's not really the point right now.
Like, you're still officially under arrest. You're a suspect.
Yeah, and he derails the train, or he like unhooks the passenger or what's the fucking
the locomotive.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Stair, for coming in right on time. Yeah, he detaches.
Better late than never.
And the cop's like, hey!
He should have fallen off and got run over. That would have been fun.
Also, the cop fired at least 10 rounds.
Yeah. Was he like reloading in between? When Quibi just didn't have time to show us.
A Beretta 9mm can carry like 17 rounds in its magazine.
Wow. All the more places to shoot an unarmed civilian.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
But these are some of the least threatening gunshots I've ever seen in any program ever. Like we know there's 0% chance he's going to hit anything.
That's right. Yeah.
I wish when he was fleeing the hospital, the cop had opened fire and just winged a few people. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
No, this is not that kind of program, Stair.
If I was rating it, it would be.
Also, if the cop had died, he would have actually been a murderer. So.
No, it's okay because he was framed.
That's true, yeah. So then we get back to the journalism, and why are we focusing on this shit? You've got 8 minutes per episode, and you're going to give me a journalism subplot?
Yeah, she should have been run over by the train. That would have been a good ending to her arc.
So we get this this moment where Dennis is like, all right, well, I'm going to fire you in the most humiliating way because you made a mockery of journalism. And then, I guess his boss shows up, and he's like, I'm here to make money, and she made me money, so she's in charge now, or something. Yeah.
She has your job now. Bye, whore. And he kicks the guy out.
And that's pretty much all we get in this, and I'm thoroughly uninterested already.
All right, Swanson, do you want me to tell you why this show needed this journalist in there?
Yeah, sure.
They needed a sexy lady to appear, and it couldn't be the lead.
The wife can't be sexy. The wife can't be too sexy.
Yeah. And the wife can't be involved in the action either.
It's true. She's too busy being put in jail for no reason. Literally no evidence. They have zero evidence that would hold up at all.
Well, I mean, this is terrorism, guys. That's how it works now.
Well, I mean, yes, but so yeah, then Kiefer and his gang are like, he's on a subway train. We're on our way. And
call them the Predator drones.
Kiefer gets into the subway, and I guess he just goes alone down the subway tunnel. Sounds like a bad idea.
No, there's other guys.
But he's like by himself when they have this confrontation that's literally minutes in the making. You've been waiting whole minutes to see these two collide.
Yeah. Seems like he got him dead to rights, so...
I mean, yeah, he's stuck in a train that, like... It's gonna be something really dumb where, like, he gets out the back and Kiefer doesn't see him.
Huh?
Like, listen,
Where'd he go?
He's like, I'm Officer Hardcock and I've got you. Wait, where'd you go?
Yeah. He's like... He even gives a speech where he's like, listen, I'm one of the most decorated police officers in L.A. County, and you're done. And then what's most likely gonna happen is he's just gonna make him look like a fool.
Yeah. It's a complete cuck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have sex with his dead wife in front of him.
She's gonna be revealed to be alive.
Oh, that would be a truly hostages level take, like twist.
Yeah, and then she had sex with Boyd Holbrook.
That's right, yeah, in front of Kiefer Sutherland. And he's like, give me a copy. Because he wants a copy of the tape.
Yeah. And then the parole officer is also alive.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to happen. They're not going to bring the black guy.
No, he's alive and he's in jail.
No, but get this. No, yeah, listen, he's the terrorist.
I could, you know what? I could actually buy that as the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, the terrorist is either going to be... okay, do we have guesses on who the terrorist is going to be?
I think it's going to be William Dafoe.
Oh. I blew up the kitchen!
And now I'm going to blow up the big records tower!
I think it's either going to be it's revealed to be the parole officer, or it's that guy he helped who said it's just like 9/11.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Dear
that
God.
movie Source Code where the dweeb is the terrorist at the end.
Yeah. Who your picks, Keo?
Some punk teenagers up to no good.
Yeah, a dang millennial. A dang Zoomer.
Or double twist. It was actually Mike Farrow the entire time.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a good twist. He's just like, yeah, I did do it. I'm not innocent, even though by myself I claim to be.
Split personality disorder, he's screaming at himself in the mirror.
Oh yeah, make it like that's a Shyamalan level twist. All right, well that's about it. Any final thoughts for The Fugitive?
Tune in.
Oh.
That's a tune out for. I feel like Boyd Holbrook does not have what it takes to, to go up against Kiefer Sutherland in terms of screen presence.
Yeah, what else has he been in? I think he was in Gone Girl, right?
Yeah, I think he played the Gone Girl.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, he was in Narcos.
Oh yes. Oh, he was white
Look,
guy
I
in
would-
Narcos.
I would unironically give this a tune in if it wasn't on Quibi, which is the worst platform you can imagine, because it's actually really hilarious and entertaining the whole way through.
Yeah, this is a
It's
bad
like an
program.
It's like Atomic Train.
Yeah, it's hilarious in the sheer absurdity and lack of thought put into it. There's nothing original about this at all. Kiefer Sutherland is essentially playing is slumming it huge and just playing like a run-of-the-mill Jack Bauer-esque figure.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love the look of a suit jacket and tie with just jeans.
Yeah, he's really rocking it. It feels like they filmed all of his stuff in 2 days.
That probably was the case.
And
Real MGS5 situation.
And they were just wear whatever you felt like wearing today.
It's fucked up that Kiefer put more effort into Metal Gear Solid 5 than this actual TV show.
Well, yeah, if that was a fully produced game that people wanted, this is something on Quibi.
Which has 9 reviews on IMDb.
That's right. Yeah, this is a tune-out. Quibi is not good. The idea sucks. I mean, good on them for making a capable app, but when you have that much money...
It doesn't seem that difficult to make an app.
You would be surprised given how Peacock and HBO Max have bungled it.
I mean, it is actually pretty difficult to make an app, but if you have the budget of Quibi, then it's trivial. You just have to hire some guys.
And speaking of trivial, that's what I would claim this show to be. Tune Out. Might be one of the worst things we've watched all year.
Yeah, it is just mind-boggling how, first of all, stilted and unbelievable the dialogue is, lazy the cinematography is, and also how it's just cliche after cliche after cliche to the point where it's a parody.
Yeah. That
great.
8-minute TV show was a mistake.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a bad idea to release this all into quick bites of content. It'd be one thing, another thing here with Quibi that I dislike, before we finish this up, is that it would be one thing if it was all released at once, as like quick bite content. But they make you wait for episodes to be released on like tri-weekly basis or something. Like they come out like once every 3 days or something weird like that.
Bizarre.
Like it'd be one thing if it was like, if I could just binge all of this on my phone. I guess that would be mildly better. But to make me wait?
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that's awful. That's a tune out on The Fugitive. And yeah, I think that's about it for this week. And hey, listen, if you liked the podcast so far, you should consider giving us supporting us in some way over at Buy Me a Coffee. We have our own TV Tuners page. If you're able to do that, if you want to do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. You can find it in our Twitter bio at TV Tuners.
Before we go, I want to ask Stairmaster about last week. So, Stairmaster, first of all, why'd you get on that bus and how'd you escape from those captors?
Secret of the trade.
Oh.
But I can't tell you that you can go on the internet to purchase bus tickets for prolonged periods of time, actually.
Yeah, but what about the people who kidnapped you and like offered us a ransom and we were just like, nah. And you came back, so we assumed it was all good.
Oh, I did a lot of kicking and screaming and they got tired of it.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. And hey, if you like this main feed show, stick around. Every Thursday we got a bonus podcast where we watch the anime Bleach, the 1,000-year Bleach cast. It's every Thursday. If that's a thing you might be into, give it a try. And it's good stuff, good quality anime. And with that out of the way, that's about it for this week's episode of the show. Tune in next week for more TV content. Until then, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
I didn't kill my wife!
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week, Denver edition. Did you know that Stairmaster has surveyed the city landscape and understood the urban heart of Denver?
The heart of the city.